Okay, so this is my solution to 5-minute videos, is I just make a bunch of them. Yeah, so this is an HSK video I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've just been time starved, and I was really curious today. The long conversation about language learning this morning, which was awesome. Thank you, Taylor. And it really got me to thinking more big picture stuff about HSK and language, Chinese language learning, all that kind of good stuff. So the name I never use is Hanyu Shui Ping Kao Shi, which I know Hanyu is the Chinese language. Shui Ping, I don't know. Kao Shi is test. Taking a test. That's one of the HSK2 words. Why is it an HSK2 if that's the name of the test? Anyway, HSK2. It started, it's from the Beijing Language and Culture University. They worked on it from 1984 to 1992, which is quite a long time, but if you're making a standardized test for language, I imagine that is a substantial amount of time that you need to make sure it is correct. It is available only in simplified Mandarin Chinese, Putonghua, but for the writing parts in 5 and 6, levels 5 and 6, you can choose to write in traditional, but the rest of the test is in simplified. But if you know traditional, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's easier to go from traditional to simplified than the other way around. Although there's a lot of overlap between the two. Even in the small amount of vocabulary that I know, I've seen a lot of overlap. And I started in one, and in Taiwan years ago, and my goodness. I think it's almost better to start with simplified and then move into traditional, but it depends on the kind of language learner you are. But traditional is much clearer to read, much. And there's enough overlap. But we're talking about the test. So, they started using it in 1992, so it's only 26 years old, really. And that feels fairly young. Let me see. The TOEFL and the IELTS test, which is the two big tests in the language, English language arena. I'm going to pause for a second. I want to see how old those tests are. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Okay, that was remarkably easy to find. The TOEFL test, which is more of the academic test, both are used for academics as well as visas. It just depends on where you fall. That's a whole other video that I'm not going to make because this isn't about learning English necessarily. TOEFL was created in 1960 and IELTS was created in 1980. Now Pearson has a new test apparently that's kind of taking over some of the market, but those are the two big contenders now. So HSK came on the market. I don't even know if I want to say market, but testing is a business. So that started in 1992. I imagine HSK isn't so much a business as it's part of the government, although it came from the university. I don't know. I don't know the politics of all of that, but it did come along later than the English language exams. But there are quite a few from, as you can see here from my last video, and the millions of people taking the test. It has gotten very popular throughout time for a number of reasons. Some interesting stuff. Two interesting things I want to share. I did find the Common European Framework matching to HSK. So HSK 1, level 1, there's 6 levels now. HSK 1 is A1, Common European Framework. 2 is A2, 3 is B1, 4 is B2, 5 is C1, and 6 is C2. Now that's going off of just the reading, the reading and listening test. The speaking test is called HSKK. I'm learning so much today. And that is a different creature, and they have a different breakdown for that. The other thing is that, it used to be much more complicated. There used to be 3 kinds of tests: HSK Basic, HSK Elementary/Intermediate, and then HSK Advanced. Within those 3, there used to be 11 levels with all kinds of ratings within those that you could get. What? It's much more complicated. So it does look like they simplified it, although I don't know why exactly they did that. I don't know if that was deterring people from taking it, or it was too hard to place people once they had one of those intricate scores. I have no idea. So these are some of the basics of the HSK test. If you have any more interesting facts about HSK, please put it down in the comment section down below. I'm trying to talk really fast because I've got 5, 4, 3, 2, Zaijian.